That's not what Mark Zuckerberg envisions with the relaunch of Meta's Ray-Ban smart glasses. The previous smart glasses version from the joint venture was a flop, failing to gain broad consumer traction. The new smart glasses are designed to connect you to the metaverse, the virtual world that Zuckerberg believes will revolutionize social interaction with its Meta AI and live streaming capabilities. The new Meta Ray-Ban smart glasses have a privacy LED light that indicates when they are recording. Google Glass was a pair of smart glasses that had similar features as Meta's Ray-Ban smart glasses, but it failed to gain popularity and was discontinued in 2015. The South Carolina Court of Appeals Tuesday granted Alex Murdaugh's petition to lobby a lower court for a new murder trial over stunning accusations of jury tampering. Murdaugh, 55, was sentenced in March to 2 life terms for fatally shooting his 52-year-old wife, Maggie Murdaugh, and his son, Paul Murdaugh, 22, in June 2021. Watch. Alex Murdaugh's surviving son speaks out in Fox Nation exclusive. After careful consideration, we grant appellant's motion, the one-page decision states. Judge Clifton Newman, who oversaw the murder trial, is expected to hold a hearing in the coming weeks. The Colleton County Clerk has retained attorneys Will Lewis and Justin Bamberg to represent her against the jury tampering claims. A community in Escambia County, Florida, is seeing an increase in squatting activity as homeless individuals camp on private property with little repercussions. According to witnesses, there are so many people going back and forth it's ridiculous. Brent, Florida, resident Gwen Gibson told the Pensacola News-Journal. Merrill said he will now remove the squatters by whatever means, according to the Pensacola News-Journal. Some of the squatters allegedly used a tree on Merrill's property as a bathroom, which Gibson could see from her kitchen window. One problem in the county, Escambia Commissioner Mike Kohler, who represents District 2, told the outlet. The Wisconsin Senate was scheduled to pass a Republican-authored bill Tuesday that would force state wildlife managers to set a firm numeric goal for the state's wolf population. The bill, which would next head to the Assembly, comes after the Department of Natural Resources did not set a hard cap on the state's wolf population in its new management plan, but said the population should be around 1,000. The state has operated since 1999 under a wolf management plan that limits the statewide population at 350 animals. Farmers across northern Wisconsin complain annually about wolf attacks on their livestock as the species has regained a foothold in the state. The DNR has been working to update its management plan in case wolves are delisted and hunting resumes in the state. A black man who spent more than 16 years imprisoned in Florida on a wrongful conviction was fatally shot Monday by a sheriff's deputy in Georgia during a traffic stop, authorities said. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation, which is reviewing the shooting, identified the man as Leonard Allen Cure, 53. The agency said preliminary information shows the deputy shocked Cure with a stun gun when he failed to obey commands, and Cure began assaulting the deputy. Cure was sentenced to life in prison because he had previous convictions for robbery and other crimes. I'm looking forward to putting this situation behind me and moving on with my life, Cure told the South Florida Sun-Sentinel at the time. The House Democrats' campaign arm sent a memo to Blue members with messaging guidance on GOP extremism under a potential speakership helmed by current House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan, R. Ohio. A Speaker Jordan means extremism and far-right priorities will govern the House of Representatives, the guidance reads. The messaging guidance gives Democrat members several talking points against a Jordan speakership, including that it appears there are no more moderates left in the Republican conference capable of standing up to the far right. With a Speaker Jordan, that isn't likely. The Democrats' messaging memo comes as Jordan potentially closes in on the Speaker's gavel. Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake famously dated from 1999 to 2002. And now, in her upcoming memoir, The Woman in Me, the pop star alleges that during their relationship, she became pregnant. Spears says that after Timberlake learned the news, he convinced her to have an abortion. It was a surprise. But for me, it wasn't a tragedy, Spears wrote in an excerpt shared exclusively with People. Britney Spears bashes police for conducting welfare check after viral knives video about power for cops as she continued. But Justin definitely wasn't happy about the pregnancy. Spears and Timberlake met while appearing on the Disney Channel's The All-New Mickey Mouse Club when they were children. A woman living in a haunted 1920s New Mexico home says her cat and son see a haunting presence. Renee Valdez said her son told her about a man that I see in my room with an old hat that peeks in from the bathroom, she told Inside Edition. She's like, my son sees a man with a hat, and her son described what our son sees. So that was weird and scared the C out of me, Valdez told Inside Edition. It modes around, Valdez told Inside Edition. I feel like I'm in its space more than it's in mine in a way, Valdez said. Michelle Lujan Grisham issued an executive order Monday requiring every state government agency to transition to an entirely electric vehicle fleet by 2035. Lujan Grisham, who made the announcement during remarks at the New Mexico Department of Transportation's Symposium on the Future of Transportation, added that her government would pursue a plan to bolster electric vehicle (EV) tax credits in an effort to boost affordability. The executive order to force state agencies to adopt carbon-free vehicle fleets comes as Lujan Grisham continues pushing EV mandates statewide. I also took action today to make sure the state is walking the walk when it comes to widely adopting low and zero-emission vehicles by requiring the state fleet to be zero-emission by 2035. Study casts doubt on electric vehicles' climate cost benefits. Won't achieve the goals intended. The executive order, in particular, directs all departments and agencies to purchase EVs for all new car purchases. Georgia now has $10.7 billion in surplus cash that its leaders can spend however they want after the state ran a huge surplus for the third straight year. The state accounting office, in a Monday report, said Georgia ran a $5.3 billion surplus in the 2022 budget year ended June 30, even after spending $32.6 billion. The governor also persuaded lawmakers to fund a $1.1 billion income tax break out of surplus funds. Some state tax collections are cooling off, especially once $185 million a month in fuel taxes are knocked off. Georgia plans to spend $32.5 billion in state revenue, or $55.9 billion overall once federal and other revenue is included, in the year that began July 1.